How can you easily lose this, the stubborn belly fat, without going on a diet? That is exactly what I'm going to cover in this video. Stay tuned if you want a proven, time-tested system to actually lose belly fat without going on a diet. Let's get into this. In this short video, I'm going to be covering exactly what you need to do to blow away the bullshit in the industry when it comes to nutrition, when it comes to dieting, and the actual action steps that you need to take right now in order to lose all of your stubborn belly fat without ever going on a diet again. So, point number one here, and this is something that anyone who's a fitness coach with half a brain, or anyone who has a relative understanding of health, nutrition and diet overall knows within the fitness industry, and that is that diets do not work. The failure rate in diets is over 98%. Diets are designed to get you a short result, a result in a very short space of time. But they are not designed for sustainability and longevity. And this is why you end up just going in these continuous diet cycles, losing weight, gaining it all back, losing weight, going back to your old habits. And it's this never-ending cycle of gaining and losing the same 10 to 15 pounds. I'm going to show you exactly how to break that cycle right now. Also, before we move on, if you would like a completely free copy of my brand new fat loss cookbook, all you have to do is click the link in the description below. It will take you to a page, stick in your email, and that will get sent across to you. There are 20 mouth-watering fat shredding recipes inside that recipe book, so it's well worth picking up, and it's what I'm using for this photo shoot prep that I'm on right now. What does the ultimate fat loss diet look like for 9-to-5ers? For people who are busy, who work office jobs, who are stuck at a desk all day or in a sedentary job. What does that actually look like? Well, there's a few components to this that are key. Number one, flexible nutrition. You should not be forcing yourself to eat at certain times or to eat certain foods. The key to getting results long term is finding a schedule and foods that you enjoy and can stick to with your schedule. So if you don't like eating breakfast, for example, don't eat breakfast. If you prefer to skip lunch and maybe eat in the morning and eat in the evening, fine. As long as you can stick to the overall plan and structure, then that is what's important. Not the fact that you're going to cram in a certain amount of food and eat yourself breakfast and all that sort of thing. Second point, and that is going to be a protein source. What are you consuming protein-wise at each meal? You should be consuming some sort of protein source at each meal. This could be chicken, beef, fish, protein, whey protein, eggs at breakfast, chicken sausage, turkey sausage. There's loads of different things and options you can choose. And how much food should you eat? Well, this is going to be very individual, but you should be aiming for roughly a 500 calorie deficit per day to get started. Now, I have a video on the channel on how to actually work out how many calories you need. I will put it on the screen somewhere here, so go and watch that video or click onto it and save it in the next tab if you want to know exactly how many calories you need to eat. So 3 points to the ultimate fat loss diet, especially for 9-to-5ers and professionals. Find something that works for you, your lifestyle and your schedule. Include a protein source at each meal. If you're eating on the go, make sure you have some stuff with you, a protein bar, some shakes, something along those lines. Or at least if you're grabbing and going, it should have a protein source within that meal. And thirdly, make sure you're in a roughly 500 calorie deficit per day in order to get the fat loss moving. Here's the truth about fat loss diets, and I want to share a little bit about my experience with them in the past. So I have tried, I don't know how many different diets, dozens at this point. The first 4 years of my training was kind of all over the place, never really stuck to anything, never had any clear direction, trying loads of different things, not getting any traction. The reality is a diet method is simply a vehicle for change. You have to pick the vehicle that's going to work for you. I've tried low carb, low fat, high carb, calorie counting, macro counting, keto. I haven't tried vegan or vegetarian, definitely not. But you have to find the method that works for you. No two diets have ever been shown to be superior when protein and calories are equated. This means that as long as you count your calories, focus on getting your protein in evenly throughout the day, I may add, then you will get results with any diet. So diet is simply the foods you eat. It doesn't necessarily mean a fat loss phase. Rather than, and this is one of the things we really help people clarify when they come on to our Fat Loss Forever program, is finding the foods, the eating patterns, the meal timings, all of that stuff that they can actually stick to and enjoy. Instead of forcing yourself into a certain element or aspect, you just have to find flexibility, sustainability. Now, of course, there's some specific rules I would recommend. For example, the vast majority of your diet should come from whole, natural, single ingredient, healthy foods. I've done a tour of this kitchen I don't know how many times. Again, there'll be a video on the channel walking you through my food shopping and what that actually looks like. But ultimately, it's going to come down to the basics of hitting a calorie target, making sure you're hitting a protein target, and enjoying the fucking process. Because the problem is, most people do not enjoy the process. And that is how you fail. That is how you fail to lose fat. You go off track. You end up back to square one. If you're sick of doing that and going back to square one, go to the link below, book in a chat with myself. There is an application form there if you would like to work with us or have a bit more information about how we can help, and we can go from there. Now, I want to also get into 3 of the biggest nutrition mistakes I see so many people making. These are huge. Here's going to be 3 huge, untold fat loss mistakes that I see 93% of people making. And the first one involves this, the scale. Relying too heavily on the scale. It is not the only marker of progress. Are you getting fitter? Are you getting stronger? Is your waist measurement going down? Do your pictures look different? There are more ways to track progress and fat loss than this thing. It's not even the most accurate. Number 2 mistake, eating too much of this. Not salad, but eating clean. Eating clean does not necessarily mean you're going to lose weight. You can still overeat while eating clean. The key is a flexible nutrition approach with calories and protein managed. The third one involves this. Taking calories burned from exercise off your daily total. If you burn 300 calories through your Apple Watch on a treadmill session, do not add 300 calories into your macronutrients for the day. They're overestimated and it's just going to help you or make you stick to a plateau. How many of those mistakes were you making? Let me know below. Comment 1, 2 or 3. Some of those mistakes that I highlighted there are very common and will set you back, especially the third one, number 3 there, when adding calories. This is something that I spoke about with one of our clients previously. They had been using MyFitnessPal, and for whatever reason, if you go on a run or you do some exercise with MyFitnessPal, it seems to want to give you extra calories for the day. Do not do this. Set a target for the day. Now, you can have rest day and training day calories, that's perfectly normal, but do not vary your calories based on the amount of exercise that you've done, because the overestimation on these devices is crazy. Like, you can do a workout, leave your watch on, for example, your Apple Watch, and forget to turn it off, and I've burned 700 calories. Like, come on. If you're then re-eating 300-400 calories to make up for that, you're just going to end up flat. So do not take off calories burned, especially from exercise. Now, let me get into some of the fat loss foods you must avoid. You must avoid these foods when you're trying to lose fat. That is false. That's completely false. There is no such thing as a bad food. Food is simply fuel and it is calories. Now, a food's a lot more than fuel, it's social, etc. But in the terms of fat loss, food is simply energy in and energy out. Now, there is a consideration here, and that is, these foods can set you off. They can be trigger foods. I know, for example, if I open this packet of M&Ms, I'm not going to have 4 or 5. I'm not my mum. My mum can have 2 squares of dairy milk out of a bar this size, and for whatever reason she's okay. She's something wrong. Only joking. But I know that if I open this, I'm going to have the full bag. So I set parameters around, I don't bring these into the house or open them up during the week. I have some set rules. That does not mean I have to avoid them at all costs. For example, I am under 10% body fat right now, and I've been eating a Krispy Kreme donut every single day in order to prove the point that flexible dieting works. You can include foods like this, but be wary. If you are triggered by chocolate, crisps, certain foods, then try and avoid them or pull them out of your diet or from temptation or hand's reach during the week or when you want to stay on track. Let me know below. What is your trigger food? Mine is definitely chocolate. In summary, for the most part, mainstream dieting is bullshit. I mean, for all of it basically. Mainstream dieting is utter nonsense. The key here is you find a process that you enjoy and can stick to. This is why we use flexible nutrition. This is why I eat a donut every single day to prove a point. Because you do not need to eat like a rabbit in order to get results. Clean eating, again, it's okay, but it's not going to be a long-term solution for most. So the fundamentals are protein, or calories, protein, meal timing around you and your needs, and then sticking to it in consistency over time. And if you want to lose fat quickly, do it with a 500 calorie-ish deficit and get your activity up and you'll be good to go. If you're stuck and struggling and don't know what direction you should be going or you know what diet to follow, etc., why not jump on one of our free Fat Loss Forever strategy sessions? This is where I'll kind of help map out the next 6 months or so for you on a kind of breakthrough call. What we're going to cover on that call would be where you're at right now and what's not working, where you want to go, and where the roadblocks and challenges are coming up for you right now, and then put a plan of action in place for you to go and execute. If that's for you, just go to the link in the description, book in a chat, and we'll see if we can help you out. Speak to you soon. Oh, and of course, don't forget to like, subscribe, and yeah, thumbs up would really help. Appreciate it.